So next up we have Amin from Rayonet, who's going to talk about automating Cisco APIC config.
Cisco ACI with the Postman.
Okay, because it says Cisco APIC.
Yeah, APIC is a controller for ACI. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. Hello, my name is Amin, and today I want to talk about the Cisco ACI and how we can automate it with a Postman. Just a quick background about me. I was working for a ISP, a large ISP in my country for the past 13 years ago, and I am a Cisco Network Academy trainer, and from 2016 I have been teaching MikroTik around the globe for different companies, ISPs, and embassies. And from 2017 to 2025, I was teaching Ubiquity as well. My presentation topic is about first a quick introduction about a SDN of ACI, which is a SDN solution for the data centers, and the basic of ACI, but in a quick slides, how we can do some automation in order to prevent from manual configuration, and the object structure model in ACI, and we will complete it with a practical demonstration, a practical scenario. As you will see here, we have a APIC, which is a brain of Cisco ACI, and ACI is a SDN solution, is one of the SDN solution out there, software-defined networking. And software-defined networking is as we may know, is the approach to manage our data centers. And as you will see here, we have many objects there, and the APIC is a brain for ACI, as I told you. So the main concept behind the ACI, in order to configure the ACI by GUI or either by GUI or any type of automation tools and methods, is to understand difference between the classes, relations, and the relations between the classes and objects. So Cisco ACI first can be integrated with the following solutions like Kubernetes, Ranchers, VMware SDN, Microsoft, and many type of solutions that you can find there, like OpenStack, which is an on-premise cloud, and also with other private cloud as well by the means of Cisco ACI MSO. And as you will see within this panel, inside the graphic user interface of the APIC, you can find these integration between these platforms as well. And as I told you, for the software-defined networking, we need a brain in order to do all of those configuration managements and monitoring at the same time in a single pane of glass, which is an APIC. For start to learn or to do REST API or make an API calls in order to push the configuration into the ACI, we need to know these rules. In order to save my time, I just point to some of the important rules. For example, to make API calls or REST API calls, we need to learn about how ifs and thens work together. And the ifs are about that URL, the method that we will use, and I mean the URL and the payloads, and the then or the actions is each of these type of methods, like gets for example, to retrieve, to see, to monitor the data, the configuration. For example, post in order to create new configuration within the Cisco ACI as well. Then in this presentation, I will use Postman, and all of us knows that Postman is a API client. It's a software that we can use not only to automate, for example, LinkedIn profile, Instagram, Twitter, but also ACI as well. Why we use automation? Why we need it in the ACI in these environments? For example, for reducing human errors, for having a single place, central place, in order to place our configuration there, to manage our configuration easily, to manage our data center easier than before compared to the traditional three-tier architecture in our data centers. Another important thing is we should learn about the object structure of the ACI, which is a hierarchical design. I will show you in a later in another slide. But some important platform that we can use to automate ACI is, for example, Python SDK, ACI Toolkit. For example, Netbox that our friends announced previously in the second presentation, Terraform, Ansible, and etc. And also REST API. This is a structure model, object structure model of Cisco ACI, which is a hierarchical design and has parents, relation between parents and childs. For example, as you will see in this picture, tenant is a parent for application profile, and then we have another child under the application profile, which is EPG. And as you will see, we have two types of connections, one-to-many connection and many-to-many connection. And some of these objects will relate to other objects, like, for example, application profile and VRF. VRF is the same as that's virtual routing forwarding in a traditional networking as well. This is the same one. And as you will see, this is in this side of this slide, we have a configuration, GUI configuration of the APIC, which is a brain of the ACI, and that one is object model. Here, in my example, I configure a finance tenant, and within the finance tenant, I create an application profile, which inside that application profile, we may have thousands or unlimited of EPGs, like a web server, database server, and etc. This is another example between tenant and the child, which each tenant may have unlimited of bridge domain within itself, and multiple subnets within the bridge domain, which is a child of the bridge domain and the tenant as well. So the root of the configuration will be tenant. This is the practical scenario that I provided, but with small differences. And the difference is, in this picture, you will see the brain of the this SDN solution is this cluster of 3 APIC, application policy infrastructure controller. But I use only 1 APIC because I used a Cisco sandbox. And 2 leaf switches and 1 spine switch as a 2-tier architecture. Now, in order to let me tell you a quick, Cisco APIC is similar to Postman, just as a point of view of an API client. Everything that we will doing in the GUI of APIC is behind the skin, as you will see in this picture, is a API call. So we can pull the API calls from the API inspector as well. But in order to make an automation, first we need to create an environment with all of those necessary variables and values within that variables, as you will see here. And based on those variables, then we need to create our ACI calls. First of all, we need to connect our Postman to the APIC by this login method. And as you will see, we use a post method in order to create a connection with the ACI. And in the middle of the picture, you will see the payload. We can use either text or JSON code. And 200 means the connection will be okay. And then we can modify the poll API by the desired variable here as a tenant. And from the top of the picture, you can see the original URL that I pulled from the API inspector. And as you will see, I do the step-by-step of configuration, creating, for example, here I create a tenant. And you will see the result in the GUI as well. And in order to create a VRF, again, I create another VRF, which is a child for the tenant as well. So you will see the hierarchical design with we can confirm it with the GUI as well. And here I create a bridge domain and subnet within the bridge domain with this payload and this post method and the URL, desired URL. And here I create an application profile with the EPG at the same time. Of course, we can use two separate codes in order to create each of them. But the point is, we need to do automation. We need to push the configuration one time, and then thousands of devices, or rules may be generated. So we prefer to create a CSV file with all of those values and variables, then use the Postman runner to upload that CSV file, and then pick and choose all of those ACI calls that we needed. And then you will see as soon as I click on the run API calls, all of those calls that we stored within the same Postman, you will see all of those will runs, and we will get the result as a 200. It means that all the configuration pushed to the API, to the APIC server. And if we receive an error like this, then we can easily find the cause of the error. And here it means that before that I created for example, tenants, financial tenants. And we can confirm our configuration by GUI or by, for example, this get method in order to receive all of those configurations, like those times that we as a network engineer, we use show running configuration within the traditional way in order to confirm our configuration. And the important thing is this URL will differ in different Cisco APIC versions. Thank you very much. And if you have any question about my presentation.
Thank you, Amin. So, do we have any questions? Are you staying for this evening?
Until by the end of the presentation.
Okay. So no dinner, no
yeah,
sauna.
Dinner, but after dinner I should pick my wife from the airport.
Okay. So people can find you till then. Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.